Welcome to the circus tent, punk bitches.
What the fuck is up, people? It's Caleb for Bread and Circuses. Nick is not here right now. I got Ricky Hernandez with me in studio. Y'all know who the fuck that is. He's been on here a few times. Nick's out doing some shit, some vacation stuff. He's still gone. I'm really bored, so I wanted to do a show. So here we are. Before we get started, shouts out. Make sure you go on, like us on Facebook, Bread and Circuses by Big Bill Media. Follow us on the gram. If you haven't seen my stand-up yet, I'm going around town. Make sure you go check that out. Do you see my stand-up?
I did see that. I see the Council Bluffs bashing. I love it.
Oh, you gotta love it, right?
There's nothing good about Council Bluffs.
Never. So what I've learned is when you're in Omaha doing stand-up, just bash Council Bluffs if you're dying on stage, and it immediately gets laughter. Just immediately. Like, you're dying on stage, go up and make fun of Council. I fucking bombed a joke on Wednesday.
Oh, no shit.
Bad, dude. So I had... My friend is like, hey, I'm going to this open mic. I'm out doing laundry. And, like, I literally drove there with my fucking clothes in the backseat of my car. I went there last second on a whim. Like, you know what? I'll fucking go. Who gives a shit? So I drive to the Barley Street Tavern down in Benson. I don't know if you know where that's at.
Oh, yeah.
And I have nothing prepared. I have nothing written. I'm, like, writing it up in my head as I'm going on, as it's like other people are up, and I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I see someone made a post that said, yesterday, it said, rest in peace, Amy Winehouse, we lost you 8 years ago. So I thought it would be a good idea to get on stage. I told a couple jokes, got some people laughing, made fun of my Italian heritage and whatnot. Then I thought it would be a good idea to get on stage and say, Amy Winehouse died 8 years ago yesterday, so I wanted to say congratulations, Amy, on 8 years and 1 day of sobriety. So I didn't so I got there late and didn't sign up. I was like one of the last people to sign up. There were like 7 people in the crowd. So, because I was like 1 o'clock in the morning. So it was only 7 people. I have never heard 7 people groan so loud at once. Nobody laughed. Nobody laughed. It was funny as one of my friends was there recording it, and I posted it on Snapchat. And people were like, you know, that was actually really funny. Like, it's fucked up. You got to have the right crowd to say something like that. And
you're in Benson, dude. That's like the social
crowd,
bro.
I know.
Treading dangerous waters there, man.
I know. So I followed that up. I attempted to recover by saying, that bombed like Hillary Clinton on a Pakistani preschool.
Oh.
I got like 2 or 3 people laughed out of that one. Oh. But there were more groans.
Dude, that's fucking brutal. That's fucking raw.
I know. I went in. It's tough getting used to, because like when you do a show, there's an audience there. It's a select group of people. But like the whole general open mic thing is just the public, and they're not ready to hear you talk about jerking off to 9/11 footage like I did one time. Shit. I did not pull that one out. That one might get me banned from going back to those places.
You know, man, the one time that I attempted to do stand-up at the encouragement of this roommate I have.
Were you drunk?
No, I was sober.
Right.
And, you know, I do pretty well in front of crowds.
Right, same.
So I'm sitting there and I'm giving my spiel, and then somebody yells, "You stole that fucking joke!"
Did you?
No, it turns out my fucking roommate was using shit that I have been saying around the house when I was fucking stoned out of my gourd. So he recanted this story where I was like balls deep in an acid trip and fucking.
Oh my god.
I can't remember what else I did. I was like 22 at the time. I think it was Molly. So I'm like fucking staring at the floor, and he looks at me. He goes, "Rick, what the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "What? Grown ass fucking man can't stare at the floor?" And just him retelling that story and like some of the other shit I was saying that night.
Right.
He traded places with me in this story.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like all these like fucking like looks and shit. And I'm like, dude, no.
He said it was him?
Yeah.
Oh, what a fucking asshole. Oh, what a fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like.
See, I got a friend so high on edibles one time, he had never done them. He sits down and he just goes, Mwah. He couldn't fucking talk. So he's sitting there. I'm like, we're watching a boxing match, right? I'm like, hey, buddy, you want some water? You want a beer? No. Shakes his head real fast. I'm like, you want some water? Yeah. So I get him a glass of water. He takes a drink of it and just slams it down on my coffee table. He picks it back up and just chugs it. I'm like, you need to go sit outside for a little bit.
Oh, my God. Man, the first time that I got high, I was with my fucking frat boy cousin.
Oh, boy.
So I was like 12 years old. Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, this is fucked up.
They started you off young.
Dude, yeah, it's fucked up. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever at the time. But, like, now
Your
that
cousin's
I'm older,
a loser, though.
well, I mean, he works at a bank and campaigned for fucking Trump, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. It was just weird seeing, like, yeah, fuck gun laws, and then, like, we don't need bump stocks and silencers.
He said that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. You gotta love
dude.
the...
It's the transition was weird. Now he's, like, anti-marijuana. I'm like, motherfucker, the first time you got me high, we were putting hash on top of fucking weed, and you forced me to smoke
I was
until
12.
I fell over flat on my back standing up. I go to take a drink of this fucking Pepsi, dude. And it was like the nasty Pepsi lemon shit. This is like, oh my God, early 2000s. And I just fucking take a drink and I fall flat on my back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I couldn't stand. And like him and his buddy are just like laughing. You know, these fucking frat boys from UNO. And just like,
oh, they thought it was funny as shit.
Oh, they loved it.
They thought it was great.
I'm just fucking glad the internet wasn't, you know, like, yeah, I couldn't upload a photo of that on the internet back in the day.
Yeah, no, that's that's fucked up, man.
Yeah, dude.
What did your parents ever find out he took you?
So it was at my house.
Oh.
And he told my mom that we were just there to play some Dreamcast. We didn't have a place to go.
Oh, how old was he?
He's like 18.
Oh, and he hangs out with 12-year-olds.
Yeah, it's my cousin. Yeah. I mean,
suspect.
Yeah, dude.
Suspect is fucked
up.
I don't know.
I mean, he lives in Iowa now, and it's a place far worse than Council Bluffs.
Ooh, Carter Lake?
Glenwood.
Oh, Glenwood that was my next guess. Glenwood is really bad.
Oh, yeah.
Glenwood's they're like Council Bluffs, they try to argue that they're not trashy. Glenwood's proud of the fact they're trashy.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like it's bad. I mean, like, his land was, like, dirt cheap. He bought all this fucking land and, like, this big house. I'm like, yeah, but you're still in fucking Iowa, dude. That's
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like,
it's
you're
like...
not a person.
Yeah,
you're like 3/5 a human being to me now.
You're like a boomer.
He's like, well, we got sports gambling over here.
So fucking what? I can do that online if I use a VPN.
Yeah,
like,
no
who gives
shit.
a shit?
Yeah.
You can do it anywhere now.
Yeah.
Because I remember I used to do it before it was legal here, but it was still legal because, like, you could, as long as the server that the gambling site was based out of wasn't in the U.S., you were fine. It was this weird loophole. So I would gamble at this website through China, and they would pay me in Bitcoin. And I actually, that was right when Bitcoin was blowing up. So I bet, I was like 18, so I bet like $50. I turned it into like 150. And that was $150 worth of Bitcoin. That wound up being like $1,000. So
my first foray into online gambling was this website called betchris.com. I don't even know if they're around anymore.
BetChris?
BetChris.
Like the name?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it was one of the first like international like gambling sites, and like you could bet on MMA, but the kicker was they had this MMA promotion called Rio Heroes, and what they did is they got these like mixed martial artists from like the slums of like Rio de Janeiro, and it was like a bare knuckle fight, and it was like the bloodiest shit ever. It was like an 8-man tournament too, so like somebody was like destined to win.
Was that like what was that, Bumfights or whatever?
No, it wasn't like Bumfights. Like they were like mixed martial artist training, but they never like had like international success like some of the other guys out of there.
Okay.
So they're like fighting for like $7 and like a fucking you know, like a cooked chicken or some shit, like whatever's popular in Brazil. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. $7 and a cooked chicken. My friend used to work at a pawn shop, and he said somebody had sold or pawned all of the collection of Bumfights at their shop. He's like, yeah, my manager kept that. He's like, I'm keeping this. Would watch it in the back every now and then.
Dude, I had an ex-girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
And I went to Thanksgiving with her and her family.
Right.
Well, her sister brings her boyfriend over. Well, her fucking boyfriend brings this DVD, and he pops it in the DVD player. You guys gotta see this. This is hilarious.
It was Bumfights?
It was fucking Bumfights.
I've never seen it. I saw there was a Law and Order episode about it. I think it was SVU, actually. And But I never actually saw the bum fights. I'm not too big into the gore porn shit. I don't.
No, dude, I thought it was fucked up. I mean, like, they were paying these guys like subpar amounts of money to do, fucked up things. But at the same time, like, it was free will.
Right.
You
They're
know.
paying them. It's how's honestly though, like, I guess you could say that they're like probably high out of their fucking mind.
Oh
or
yeah.
drunk.
Well, I mean, there was Rufus the stunt bum, and then like this crackhead named Bling Bling. So
Who won?
no. Rufus did stunts, but like this Bling Bling guy, they chained him to a fucking pole and like put a crack rock and a crack pipe just out of reach.
Oh my god.
So he's like,
that's fucking brutal.
Yeah, dude.
What?
Yeah. the fucking creator goes on Dr. Phil and he like shaves his head like Dr. Phil's hair.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, dude, straight up horseshoe fucking yeah.
He gave himself
yeah, and he's like just identical to Dr. Phil. Like, it's fucking hilarious. Dr. Phil threw him off the show.
Was that him? He was the one that got thrown off?
Oh yeah. And he's like, I don't do anything different than you. I'm exploiting people just like you are. You're exploiting people's suffering.
In a way, yeah.
Oh, dude, Dr. Phil doesn't fucking help anybody.
No, he doesn't. It's like, it really doesn't, because if someone's a mess, it doesn't like help them at all to go on TV and see how. Like, look at the Catch Me Outside girl.
Oh yeah, dude.
She didn't benefit from that. She's even more obnoxious.
No, like there's talks like she's gonna be doing porn when she turns 18.
Oh
like,
god, she's what, like, I don't. She's like
gotta be
16.
like 16
It seems
now,
like she's been 16 forever. Yeah, I don't know. She goes by a rap name now. She makes music. It's Bad Baby.
Bad Baby? Is it Bad Baby? Or
Bad Baby.
Oh wow.
But it's spelled like BHA. I see it on Snapchat all the time, and it's like recommended stories, like their celebrity news, and it's always Bad Babies doing. I've never watched it.
I give two fucks about that.
No, but then there's what's her face? Have you seen Whoa Vicky?
No.
The girl, that's clearly white, and she tells everyone she's black. She's like, I'm fucking black. Fuck you.
Is she the one with the fucking grill? Like,
yeah, she was on Tosh.
Dude.
She was on
I've
Tosh.
seen that.
And then what was the other one? There's Lil Tay. Lil Tay's like 9, and like this is kind of sad because it's like clearly her mom is exploiting this, but she's like this little Asian girl, and it's the same thing.
Jesus.
And she's talking about, she's like how she's black and from the hood, and like the parents are super wealthy and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing a story like that on Dr. Phil. It was this like white chick, and her dad's on there. She thinks she's a 6'3", 250-pound black guy.
Her dad is Hank Hill.
It kind of sounded, yeah. Oh yeah, very monotone voice.
She thinks she's a black guy.
Thinks she's a black guy, and it's like this like skinny white girl, and she like called herself like Little E or some shit like that.
Hey, that's bigoted. She identifies as a 6'3" black guy.
Oh, dude, that's right. You can identify as whatever you want now.
Fuck yeah. I just want to make sure we're still going.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah, you can, dude. It's like. So they always see the argument I always see people arguing that there's more than two genders, but like, what are the other two genders? Does anybody know?
All right, so I got a cousin that's transgender. He's like identified as a woman since I've like known him.
Right, but isn't that the other gender though? That's still just two.
I guess like, so from his like, I guess maybe it's different, but like from his mouth or her mouth, I guess I don't know. I'm still used to calling him a he.
Right.
From her mouth, he's like, I don't believe that there's multiple genders. Like, I'm on my way to be a woman.
Right.
I don't want to be I'm just in between right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And he's like, there's men, women in between. Like you're transitioning.
There are people. It's like 0.1% of the population that like actually was born with no genitals.
Yeah,
like,
and then there's intersex people.
Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, they have like ovaries and in place of testicles, but they still got a fully functional.
And they have bitch titties.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
That would suck, man.
Oh, dude.
Oh god.
The term is gynecomastia.
It's like, transgender. I like it. If people can do whatever they want, right? I don't care. But could you imagine being that 0.1% of the population that was born with that?
Oh yeah. Dude.
And it's like God basically just gave you the middle fucking finger since birth.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna give this guy a dick and ovaries because fuck his parents.
So sometimes women, in place of ovaries, get like
testicles.
Their testicles, but they're like in the place of their ovaries.
So they're inside.
They're inside.
I was gonna say, could you imagine you went to fuck a girl and she's got a vagina with two testicles hanging down?
It's like that episode of South Park. She drew balls on me. She drew vagina and balls.
I couldn't imagine
If
she had. Oh my god. No, so this episode is going right where I thought it would.
Vaginas with balls.
Did you see the labor complaint against Bernie?
No, the chicks that aren't getting paid. Is that what that was?
Someone filed a dispute with like the Department of Labor that he's like treating people like employees unfairly or something on his campaign.
Oh, no shit.
But so I don't know, because anyone can file a complaint. You don't have to work there, and you can do it anonymously. So like if you told me something about wherever you worked that was going on that was illegal, I could anonymously report it, so you wouldn't have to worry about it. So I mean, this could be dirty DNC politics again. You know, trying to derail his campaign and show he's a hypocrite. He is a hypocrite because he owns like 3 houses. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I read somewhere that Bernie worked as a carpenter for a little while, then got fired because he sucked.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Was that like the only private sector job he's ever had?
I think so. Yeah. Just was not a good carpenter. I mean, it's a hard job, dude. But
Jesus did it.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Gee, supposedly. So who do you like in this 2020 thing? Have you seen anyone you'd vote for?
You know,
it's
man,
declared.
I got a soft spot for Bill Weld. Yeah.
Wild Bill Weld.
Oh yeah.
That's a twist. I didn't expect that one.
You know what, man? But I'll probably end up voting for whoever they throw out.
What if they throw out Arvin?
I don't know.
He was on our show. We had him on the guy that was talking about like get rid of age of consent laws.
Oh, fuck that guy. No.
We had him on our show.
I don't think he'll get the nomination.
No, he won't.
God.
But we had him on our show, and I'll tell you what. I don't want to bash a guest, but some of his views are kind of crazy, but the dude gives a good fucking interview. And he's a great conversationalist.
I don't know him as a person, but that whole idea of age of consent, man, that's not.
Oh no, that's not okay. And people criticized us for taking that because we're not affiliated with any party or ideology. Right. We interview people from all over the spectrum, and people gave us a lot of shit for taking that. And I'm like, I don't really think it's because my whole thing is you have to be willing to be uncomfortable for either side to grow at all. And if you're not even going to listen to this guy, then it's like he's going to go out there and keep saying his shit. So it's like I know he's crazy. You might think he's crazy, but at least hear him out. He did make a compelling argument for it. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the age of consent thing. I think if you fuck a 14-year-old, you're a piece of trash.
Oh, yeah.
But the people that called us out for the interview, they didn't really get to listen. They didn't listen to it.
Well, no, they see the name and they just,
Yeah.
Yeah, they just shut down right there.
They didn't listen to it because I called him on every single one of my concerns with him. I called him on the veterans thing, on the age of consent thing, on the Facebook post where he said I probably wouldn't sleep with a 14-year-old girl. And yeah, I called him out on all that shit. And but no, people just saw the name and they're I can't believe you.
I'm sure they freaked out about the Sargon of Akkad thing too.
That one had a mostly positive response. Really? We had a couple people there. Oh, you're taking Carl of Virginistan or whatever. But I'm like, okay, he's got a wife and kids. He's clearly not a virgin, right? Like if you don't like him, why don't you go after his like actual ideas and not him as a person, right?
Yeah.
Like don't attack people personally. There's nothing good getting come out of that.
Right. I mean, I guess I can only say this from my perspective. This is your guys' show.
Right.
I think it's a great fucking show. I listen to it. It's on my iTunes. But I don't know if I could ever see eye to eye with Richard Spencer on anything.
No, I couldn't either.
Yeah, just like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I think that's different because Arvin has that one crazy idea and he says shit just to argue.
Right.
Whereas
he's a troll.
He's a troll. But at the same time, Arvin has a lot of his foundation is good. Like you don't have to necessarily agree with it, but it's consistent ideologies. So you can give him that. Richard Spencer's a fucking Nazi. I wouldn't talk to Richard Spencer.
No, he's someone who real openly, Nazi. He's not you're someone throwing that word around. He's like a legit
somebody with
Nazi.
White supremacist tattoos. I'm not gonna. What are you growling at? My dog. So we moved studios. It's in my apartment now, and my dog is growling at me because she wants me to play. But anyway, no. Richard Spencer, I mean, you got like white nationalist ink on you and shit like that, and you're showing up at rallies, and that's the point where I'm not going to associate myself with you. And honestly, if I thought Arvin really would fuck a 14-year-old girl, I wouldn't have asked him to come on this show either.
Like, I kind of get the idea that some of these people they're like fucking edgelords and they just decide to like get into politics.
No, Spencer's serious.
Oh yeah, no, he's dead serious.
Fuck yeah.
No, absolutely. But I think like Arvin, maybe this is one of those things. Like I'm just gonna see how far I can fucking push this. And
right.
See what happens.
Oh, he even said that on the show. He's like, I say crazy shit to get people talking.
Right.
He's like,
I think that's actually a good idea.
It is. He goes too far with it. Is the only problem.
Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to stay out of politics this year. I like Bill Weld. I think he's a very well-spoken, pretty solid individual.
I think he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He just kind of bores me.
That's the thing, man. Like we're so like these last couple of years, we're so used to politics being a fucking reality TV.
Yeah,
show,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like the adult in the room is not gonna get the fucking attention,
I don't know. I guess gun to my head, I'd probably vote for Tulsi just for the anti-war thing.
I would give her a chance too.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine, the oh my god, who's the Asian guy that?
Yang.
Yang
Gang.
Yeah. She wants him.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's like, well, he fits a lot of your ideas. Like, not really.
No, not really. He doesn't really fit any. Like, who's the other girl that's running for the Democrats? A really crazy Marianne Williamson. Have you seen her?
No, I haven't.
So she's like barely. I don't know how she's apparently got enough donors and support. She's barely makes the cut for every debate, but she's like, she wants to run on the campaign of love and spirituality. She's into the whole metaphysical thing.
Oh fuck.
And like, if you see her Twitter, it's crazy. She like thinks she's a medium and can contact spirits, and she's running for president on that platform.
Holy shit.
And she wants to give reparations for slavery, but that's...
I don't really... The reparation thing is kind of mind-blowing to me, man. We're so many generations removed from that.
That's my thing, is I'm like... I honestly, I would love to get someone on our show that believes in the reparations.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I would want to ask them, I was not alive during slavery. My family was not in the United States during slavery. Why do I owe you anything? Why do I owe you, who were also not alive during slavery, anything?
Absolutely. No, I mean, obviously, my family's Basque and Mexican. And,
right. Yeah, and that's just it. Like,
what I mean? My
are you not going to tax black people? What about Mexican people? They didn't keep slaves.
No. Actually, what? Funny story. That's part of what the fucking Alamo battle was about. The war for Texas there.
What's that?
So, when they were living in Texas under the Mexican government, they were not allowed to keep slaves. That was a big no-no, and they were butthurt about that.
Oh, really?
And that's what started the whole...
I didn't know that.
That was a catalyst to that, yeah. Oh, yeah.
For Texas independence? Really?
Yeah.
Huh. So we were kind of the... Well, no, Santa Anna was a bad guy. I mean, he was a ruthless general.
Dick, but yeah, he's like staunch, no fucking slavery rules. There.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. I did not know that. I'll have to look into that more. That's wild. I guess you learn something new every day.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, what's fucked up, man? I had this high school teacher. He's a professed socialist, but he's a cool fucking dude. Opened my mind to a lot of shit.
Right.
And what that was like reading both sides of the fucking story.
Right.
In his respect, out of respect for him, I guess, I will say that is one of the good things that he did. Critical reasoning was one of his biggest fucking things.
Which is rare for socialists.
Anybody
for most people, actually, most people can't.
No, it's not. I'm not even gonna call it a left or like right debate.
Yeah,
like critical reasoning is like
most people can't like even fathom the possibility somebody thinks differently than they do.
Oh yeah,
and they lash out.
Your idea scares me, so I'm gonna do
freak
some
out.
things. Like you lose your job.
Exactly. That's the worst thing. There is nothing you can say or do on the internet, especially, that's going to make me seek out your employer or wherever you go to college or whatever. You can't piss me off that much. It won't work. Like,
oh, yeah, no, dude. I actually had somebody go after...
Pause real quick. Never mind. My girlfriend was calling me, but she just hung up. Whatever. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, you're good, bro. So... I actually had somebody go after my employment when I posted something on my private Facebook page, my personal page. Nothing was public, save for the people that I was friends with. It was over a certain inmate that's on death row here in Nebraska. I'm not going to get into any details. So, and it was how I felt that he deserved what he got.
Right.
And next thing I know, this professor, this college professor, mind you, who was a high school teacher of mine, sends these screen grabs to my employer at the state of Nebraska. And all of a sudden, like, they're talking about termination and all this other shit. No, my union rep really went to bat for me. That's
good.
Yeah, that was like the greatest fucking thing ever. Because they're like, they wanted my money. They wanted me gone. They wanted to get me my 2 checks and send me out the door.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude, they were not happy. But at the same time, like, this teacher of mine has professed, like, anti-Israel sentiments, things like that. Like, you know, she's obviously a queer Muslim woman is what she identifies as, or something like that.
She knows that, like, over there, she'd get stoned, right?
I don't think so.
A queer Muslim. That's like a fucking oxymoron.
That's what she says she identifies as. But like, she's had
God.
people on her friends list that have advocated for pedophilia to be like part of the LGBTQIA whatever community.
Is that serious, or is that like a troll effort?
Dude. So like 2 of the people that I, you know, like when they were like, when I found out I got fucking reported, I like Facebook creeped. Oh right. Yeah, they had.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they were fucking talking about it. I'm like, how can you associate with that shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, my phone just popped up. I said, "Are you serious?" It popped up and said, "Hey Siri."
Oh, dude.
Fucking listening to us.
Oh yeah, she is.
Oh god, that creeps me out. You ever like have a conversation about something and it pops up on like your Google search or something like that?
Yeah, dude.
So I was at a high school football game for my brother a couple years ago, and we were trying to figure out what the name of the magician was in Frosty the Snowman. Something came up. So they brought that up. So my mom pulls out her phone, goes on Google. She types in "what is." The first thing that pops up is "what is the name of the magician in Frosty?"
Oh yeah,
no fucking way,
dude.
It's so creepy.
And it's like, I don't even think it's like they might be selling shit to the government, but
I think it's advertisers
more
than anything. Which honestly, it's an invasion of privacy, but like it is what it is. Like,
oh yeah. So lately, I've been getting these scam emails to these guys like using old passwords that I've from data breaches.
Yeah.
And they're demanding Bitcoin. I just want to let you guys know, if you're listening out there, I have no money.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I get calls, like, you can go through my phone history. I get calls fucking, like, 10 a day that are scams all over the country. They started calling me from China, India, like, all over. Like, that's what the caller ID says. And it's all the same dirtbags in Pakistan or whatever. Like, they're talking about India and Pakistan going to war with each other. I'm like, let's look at the silver lining here. Those are where most of the scam calls come from. So it's like, they nuke each other. Like, I think we all kind of win there.
I learned that if I put on a southern accent somehow, and if I can figure out if they're Indian or Pakistani and call them one or the other, they'll get
the wrong
upset.
One. Call them the wrong one.
Oh, they get pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like a fella I know from Pakistan. You from Pakistan, boy? You know, like the Indian guy. Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
you know?
that was a good one. I love when they get mad and like start threatening you and shit.
I love it.
He called me. I actually got one the other day. I was driving and he's like, yeah, we can get you whatever on your credit card, 0% interest. So he's like, is it Visa or MasterCard? So I'm a smart ass. I go, American Express. He goes, oh, okay, well, what is the expiration date? So I give him some bogus expiration date. And he's like, okay, will you give me the card number now? Like I'm a fucking idiot, right?
Right.
And I go, hold on, it's in my hand right now. It's like I don't have my glasses, man. Hang on. So I'm looking at it. I act like I'm looking at my card. I go, oh, I'm sorry, bro. It's not my card in my hand. That's my dick in my hand. Hang on, let me finish real quick. And I start acting like I'm jacking off into the phone. And he goes, oh, you take your dick and stick it in your fucking ass. I'm like, yeah, and I'm going to think about you the whole fucking time I'm doing it. And he's like, well, you probably have a tiny dick. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, mine is so much bigger. He actually said that to me. And I go, is it really? I'm like, because I've heard a lot that I was like, is it really that much bigger? He's like, yes, it is. I'm like, oh, really? Is that what you used to rape Swedish girls with? And he hung up on me. He didn't like that one.
Oh, no, dude. You know, normally I'm all for respecting people, but scammers can go fuck themselves.
No, dude, I worked for a long time in a financial industry, and when you see the elderly and disabled lose tens of thousands of dollars, you stop looking at scammers as people and start looking at them as cockroaches.
Yeah,
that's what they are.
Don't deserve human rights.
No, just like boomers and slow drivers. God, if you ever want like the just the ultimate collection of just boomer idiocy. Just go to like the local news
Oh
Facebook
God,
comments.
bro, the local news comments have got me like damn near a lifetime ban from Facebook.
Oh, I know.
I'm like one strike away, dude. I'm a fucking Facebook
They
jail
get so
habitual
mad.
offender, dude.
They get so mad.
Oh
I
my
love.
God.
So I've just found a meme that just says "Shut the fuck up, boomer," and I just reply to them with that every time. Every time. They hate it.
Because like 95% of the time, the person driving so fucking slow in front of you that you want to pull your hair out,
Yeah.
they're a fucking boomer.
Well, they bitch about like, oh, these millennials and they're texting and driving. What? Texting, okay, first off, we all text and drive, just get it over with. Texting and driving's an art because I can take my phone, glance at it, type an entire sentence without even looking, and get it sent. Boomers are the ones, if you ever see someone driving like a fucking fool while they're texting and driving, they got both hands on their phone trying to steer with their fucking knees. They're swerving between the lanes. It's always a boomer.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Dude. Yeah.
They can't text and drive, and that's what they're mad about. They
This is
can't
the
process
fucking
it.
worst.
It's so bad.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude. I'm of the belief that once you hit a certain age, your texting and driving privileges are taken.
Here's your texting privileges.
Oh yeah.
They type in all caps.
Oh my God.
Have you seen the Facebook
Yes.
group? Where we all pretend to be boomers.
I thought it was I came across a Facebook page where it's like screen grabs of like old people typing in all caps.
Yeah, all caps, and they have like 100 commas, or they'll comment on like a public page, and it's like, Aaron, did you see this? Like Aaron's just gonna notice it. They just don't get it. They don't know how to use it.
Oh fuck.
It's fantastic though. It really is.
I think we should use the elderly as fuel.
That's what we talked about on here once. Yeah, I think we get that idea going. It's really bipartisan.
Yeah,
We're
dude.
saving on entitlements, and there's no more offshore drilling once you start using them as fuel.
Oh no. Yeah, good for the environment.
Exactly.
And when they hit a certain age, like they get these weird ideas in their fucking head. Like you look at some of these old fucks in Congress right now.
Oh god.
Yeah, dude. If you
Both
see-
sides of the aisle. They're so
Yeah.
crazy. They're so crazy.
Like it's like the early stages of dementia.
It is. Like, that's the thing, is it's like people that, like, the age of some of these people that are, even running for president. Like, most people are in diapers at that age.
Oh yeah.
And they're, like, they want to run the fucking country.
Well, like our tax dollars are keeping them preserved.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. They have great health care.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, on our tax dollars, because they didn't have to go with the Obamacare. They were exempt from it. But, I don't know. It's very infuriating to see the boomers still running things. That's why I like Tulsi, is I'd like to see somebody younger. Mm-hmm. I like Justin Amash, too.
Oh, yeah.
I think if he ran, he would be great, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people out there, and I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I have only dabbled this year. I have not.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm trying to
I haven't watched
avoid
any
that
of the
stress in
debates
my
or
life,
anything like
man.
that.
No, fuck that, dude.
No.
I mean, as long as it's not Hillary, like...
Right, yeah.
cool,
Or
dude.
I don't like Biden either.
No.
The child molester.
Grandpa Joe.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is it Trump calls him? Sleepy
Joe Biden.
Crazy Joe or something like, yeah, it's something. Sleepy Joe, I think.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. That's what's fucking weird to me is like all these like politicians and like Hollywood people. They all run in the same circles, like as the big financial guys.
Yeah.
So like I think they all know creepy shit about each other.
Like this Epstein shit?
Oh, Epstein, and then like I'm pretty sure like we go back to like even the Bill Cosby shit. Like Richard Pryor talked about Bill Cosby. Like y'all don't know Bill Cosby like I know Bill Cosby.
Really?
Like, Richard Pryor alluded to Bill Cosby like doing weird shit.
Well, he's on like a late night show. Bill Cosby is, and it was like 30 years ago, and he's talking about it. He goes, "We had this drug called Spanish Fly. Have you seen that?"
Yeah.
He's like, "You slip it in the girl's drink, and hello, Dolly." And it's like he just admitted to roofing people, like in a joking manner. And it took y'all like national TV, millions of people watched that, and it took you 30 years to see that.
Fucking crazy, man. But like if they just listened to Richard Pryor, they thought Richard Pryor was just like bashing him. No, he was fucking serious.
People have said some damning shit on those late night shows, like Suge Knight.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Uh-huh.
Where he talked about Eazy-E?
I've seen Suge Knight on a late night show, but I don't think he was talking about...
So it was after Eazy-E died.
Are they talking about the AIDS
Suge
thing?
Knight, yeah. Suge Knight, they asked him something about killing somebody, and it was like in a joking manner, obviously. It's a late night show, right? It's a comedian. But Suge Knight goes like way too into detail. He's like, I wouldn't shoot somebody. Because I think they asked him if he killed Tupac.
Yeah.
And he goes, I wouldn't shoot somebody. He goes, what? If I was going to kill somebody, what I'd do is they got this new thing, is they get some blood that's infected with HIV, and they inject it into you. And then that way you die a slow, painful death of AIDS, Eazy-E style. And I was like, whoa.
That's the thing.
Suge Knight's a bad dude.
When I worked in the prison, that was like a thing. Like they would like get AIDS razors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suge Knight's now it's AIDS isn't really even a death sentence anymore, so it's not as big of a deal.
Still, like
but...
you get to that later stage in life, like it's gonna suck ass.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. You're not like the amount of drugs you have to take. It's not gonna. But
good news though, they officially cured AIDS in a
AIDS or HIV?
HIV in a non-human animal recently at UNMC.
Really?
Yes.
Over in Nebraska?
Yep.
Huh.
Right here in Omaha.
I'm sure they'll be found in a ditch somewhere soon.
I hope not.
But
I'll
that lab will mysteriously burn to the ground or something like that.
Oh, and I think it's either it's got to get cured, and I think the only way it's gonna get cured is some fucking celebrity or politician's kid gets it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some like Trump's
yeah.
kid. Because here's the thing, like love Trump or hate him, if his kid got HIV or cancer or one of these drugs that we can't cure, I mean, they wouldn't cover it up because he would he would scream from the highest mountain.
Look at what I did.
That's why the Area 51 siege thing or whatever. That's why I don't believe that the president's briefed on whether or not there are aliens. Because if there were, don't you think this fucking guy would be the one to tell and we'd learn from Twitter. Yeah, exactly. Just had a meeting with the CIA. They told me that aliens have visited Earth. Well, oh my God, we would have known the first fucking day.
Oh, dude, he'd go tame some alien strange.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he would. He'd cheat on Melania. And yeah. God, could you imagine if they, like, this fucking guy, like, Obama, Bush, they keep the secrets, but this because, like, I don't know if you remember this, during the Bush administration, I actually just learned this the other day, it was illegal at one point they made it illegal to take pictures of the coffins, like, draped in flags.
Oh, no
They
shit.
said it was, like, for respect for the families or whatever, but it's a fucking coffin, you can't see. It was to keep the war machine going. It was, because it's anti-war propaganda. They made that illegal. I didn't know that. That's fucking crazy.
That is fucking wild.
That's so crazy. Now, define, like, just the flags coming back on the plane. It's not like they're going in and taking pictures of the funeral. I can see, that borders on harassment.
Right.
It's not like media stuff. But, yeah, like, flag-draped coffins being brought in. They made it illegal to photograph that, like, off the plane.
That's fucking wild, dude.
That is wild. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's like, and it's like the football player, Pat Tillman.
Oh, yeah.
You ever hear about that?
Yeah, the friendly fire, and they covered it up for years.
Yeah, they covered it up for years, and he was against, because he joined right after 9/11, and he wanted to go fight in Afghanistan. Well, right after he joined was when we went to war in Iraq, and he didn't want to go to Iraq. He was against that war, and he was going to go back, and he was telling people that he was going to go back and protest it and speak out against it, and then, like, all out of nowhere, he gets shot in friendly fire.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, that's
yeah,
crazy.
No, that was a hit job. That Pat Tillman got assassinated.
That's wild, bro.
That's yeah, that's some crazy shit. They did a lot of stuff to cover up those wars over there.
I will say this though, I kind of like, if we're talking conspiracy theory, I really, really fucking hope we get aliens in Area 51 outed. Like I want to know.
They've already acknowledged that Area 51 exists.
Oh yeah, no.
Which means there's nothing there.
There has to.
They've moved it. They've moved it.
God.
They wouldn't say it existed if they had anything that was gonna like freak people out. They don't want to tell us because like people would freak out. There'd be chaos. People would like doubt their religions and all that kind of shit.
I mean, like, but we got this president now. Like, I know. Like he could do so much good shit.
I know.
And like, I don't care. Like if the dude cured AIDS and like fucking sent us to Mars,
right?
Just to piss off the flat earthers,
right? Yeah,
I would love it.
I know, I would too. But so it's like the alien thing, and it's like, oh, God forbid you actually open your fucking mind. But it's like, it's such a conceited viewpoint to really think that this universe is that big and we're the only ones. Come on.
Yeah, that'd be fucking boring, dude.
You can't tell me. There's something out there. We've probably been visited by it.
There definitely has to be parallel universes out there, because I believe that somewhere in this multiverse that I am living a life as a 32-year-old white guy that sells car insurance. God damn it. Yeah.
Why would you want that?
I don't know. I just a fucking
So
just a parallel, because it'd be something I would never fucking do.
right. So what they say, and this is like, when I talk about this or even think about it, it hurts my head because it's so big to wrap your mind around. What they say is that they're infinite universes with infinite infinite. So like, there could be a universe where literally every single thing throughout the course of history that happens is the same, but you go to Burger King instead of McDonald's one day. And then, like, it just goes on from there and just, like, spirals out from there. Like,
Right,
it branches
like
out. It's literally, I cannot name a number big enough to describe the amount of universes there potentially are. Like, I saw an analogy or a metaphor that it was a bubble in an ocean of universes. I don't even think that's big enough to describe what what people are suggesting.
Jesus, dude. Yeah. No, that's like some fucking, like, you're smoking a lot.
That's,
of
yeah,
shit,
yeah. You're stoned out of your fucking mind and you're, bro.
Oh, dude. No, like, there's been a couple times, man, like, where I have definitely smoked some hashish made by a friend of mine.
Right.
And, you know, I'm probably like 20, 22, 23. I got so fucking stoned.
Right.
And mind you, I smoked this weed smoked this hash at like 10 o'clock at night. I woke up to go to my bank job at 5 a.m.
Oh,
Get
shit.
ready to process some sweet fucking payments.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, I felt like I was spinning.
Oh,
Like,
God.
And not like the room is spinning. I felt like I was on a roller coaster, like going in fucking loops. That's how stoned I was.
I've had a guy, while I was vaping, that's what I was doing, was vaping. And the guy tried to explain astrophysics to me. He's like, yeah, and I was gone. And he goes, yeah, man. I'm like, what do you do? He's like, oh, I work in astrophysics, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, really? What's that? Dude goes on for 20 minutes explaining to me. I just stared through him like that. And he's like, dude, I'm not kidding you. 20 minutes go by. And he stops talking. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I was supposed to be having a conversation with this guy.
Oh, shit.
And he goes, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm like, honestly, bro, I did not hear a fucking word you just said. And he's like, it's okay. Everybody says that. I'm like, oh, he's just glad somebody listened to him. Like, he's just glad I sat there and let him talk about this thing he's so passionate about.
That's
Like, he
awesome,
doesn't
man.
care that I didn't retain any of that.
You know what's great about marijuana becoming more and more normalized? I don't smoke it anymore. Like, it's
No,
not my
yeah,
thing.
I'm not really big into drugs. I drink, but
I like
yeah.
my Mexican beer, but the best thing about pot becoming legal in a lot of places, not here in
Right.
Nebraska, obviously, and mushrooms being decriminalized, you're
Right.
not gonna have to go to some fucking hippie that tells you to refer to him as shaman, because yeah, dude, that gets a little old after a while.
Do you have a guy like that?
I
What'd you
knew a
call him,
guy like
shaman?
that. He said he was a mystic shaman.
Oh my god.
And he had medicine for everybody. Everything that he sold, from marijuana to LSD to all this other shit, it was medicine.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
LSD is not medicine.
No, that's
no.
I
You can
mean,
make the argument that marijuana is, but LSD, like, I think you should be able to take LSD if you want, but LSD is not a medicine. That's recreational.
you know, they
Like,
found that microdosing it though does alleviate
I've heard that.
a lot of issues.
I've heard that like
PTSD, migraines,
the Wall Street execs are doing it and shit.
addiction.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've heard
yeah.
that. I don't know. It's like you cut it into eighths and you take
You're
one
talking
every
like
day.
you're going like a 16th of the normal dose
Oh, okay.
for microdosing, like just enough to make the chemicals in your brain not.
Yeah, it's like it kicks
Yeah.
them off, but it
Mhm.
doesn't. I've heard about that.
So I guess in Mr. Shaman's defense there, mind you, this fella had dreads and the tie dye and the
White guy?
dancing. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who was an eighth?
you never trust a white guy with dreads.
He said he was an eighth Cherokee, and I always wonder why that is the fucking go-to.
Did he like put his ear to the ground and
So he cleansed me the first time I go to his house with
God.
this chick I was dating to get a bag of weed.
Right.
He takes this fucking like white sage and does this like
Oh,
sign of the
no.
cross. I'm like, I think your beliefs are conflicting here, bud.
Right. Yeah, that's my thing is it's like that's why, and that's another argument for legalization, because people are going to smoke it no matter what. You're wasting time going after them for smoking it. And, like, I'd much rather people go and get it from the gas station than go to some weird guy's house like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I think I can say that with any drug, honestly. But
I will take my Marlboro brand marijuana cigarettes, please.
Right, yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's the thing, is it's like, because you can get that at the gas station, and then, it's like the craft breweries. That's the Bud Light, and the craft breweries are the dispensaries,
absolutely.
For whatever. I'm not big into weed, so I don't really, people will talk about all these strains and shit. Yeah, man, I got some sour D, a little bit of perp back at home. Like, bro, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm just like that old guy that's just like, I don't give a fuck what you call it. I just want a bag of weed.
Right, yeah, just fucking give it to me as long as you didn't get found in a ditch, right?
Yeah, no shit.
Just fucking give it to him. Yeah. But that's what we were talking about that, though, is drug dealers don't card.
No, absolutely not.
And, I don't know. That's just what's weird about it, but I think you'd be very surprised if you found a drug dealer that had, like, ethics. Could you imagine that? Ethics. Hold on, I need to see your ID. Come on, let's do this.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, like, you hear stories about it, you know what I mean? Like, drug dealers refusing to sell dope to people that have, like, this woman's blatantly pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to sell you this. Get the fuck out of here.
You know,
I mean, I'm only going by what I've read on Reddit, so...
Right. I mean, I believe it. I'm sure there are some drug dealers with morals out there.
But your fucking mystical shaman hippies...
That guy does not give a fuck.
Does not care. He'd probably tame some 16-year-old strange for...
Oh, for some weed?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh,
without a doubt. What did this dude do for a living? He can't just make a living selling dime bags.
I believe he worked at a second-hand store downtown.
Oh, okay. Not a head shop?
Nope, but they did sell a lot of Grateful Dead and...
yeah. Dude, I was at Target the other day. I saw a fucking Grateful Dead children's, like, baby onesie.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You know what's fucking wild, dude? For his PC and peaceful and lovey, the fucking Grateful Dead word. Jerry Garcia owned a lot of firearms.
Did he? I knew that actually. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I knew that. I actually in that closet.
The king of the fucking hippies, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
He had a bunch of guns. You got to protect yourself. Martin Luther King had a bunch of guns.
I mean, Martin Luther King's defense, I would too.
Yeah, no, you had people throwing bricks through your windows and shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, how many times have people put a fucking burning cross in his yard?
Right.
After the first time, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get a gun now.
If I'm Martin Luther King, I don't just have a gun. I probably got an AR in every room of my house.
Oh, absolutely.
But I don't think they had ARs back then, but something like it.
I think they did. I think you could buy them. I know you could buy like those M1 carbines.
Yeah. That's my goal, is to have an AR in every room of my house. I think
you could probably do that if you buy a bunch of M&Ps.
Like fucking so I got an M&P because they were selling them. Yeah, AR. Yeah, they were selling them for dirt cheap, and
$600 is what I
got one for $4.
Oh fuck!
It was on sale online, and I was wanting to buy it because it was right after a mass shooting happened, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this because they're gonna skyrocket. So I bought it, and I got it for like $450 after shipping and tax. Which, I mean, $450 AR from a name brand like that, it's not fucking Oracle or some shit like that.
Right.
M&P's middle of the pack, but so I bought that, and I've got to take a bunch. There's a bunch of shit. Like, I feel like they were just whoring them out in the factory.
Yeah, they were.
So I've got to replace the charging handle. I've got to replace a bunch of shit on this gun just to get it to run.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. I'll probably end up putting back into it what I would have paid for a normal one. So
that's true. I mean, I haven't had anything but good experiences with mine.
Yeah, I've heard good stuff about them.
You know what's crazy, man, about mass shootings is, like, they're not really fucking common.
No.
The media just blows them up.
They definitely aren't.
So I have a friend. He used to work for a local news station here. Now he just makes, videos on his own. So he said that when he was working in the graphics department, he said, like, the motto of their news station was, if it bleeds, it leads.
Yep, I've heard that.
And that's the fucking truth, man. Like,
yeah.
They never start off the fucking news with, like, anything positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, not at all.
It's like, mass shooting today. Shooting in North Omaha.
Yep. Definitely. If you think about it, like, real, and we're going to have to close the show down here in a couple minutes, but we can end on this. Will be a good one. I know, right? Fucking time flies.
Fuck,
we're not going to the gun range. She just texted me.
That's a bummer, man.
We're going to go out to dinner later. But, so, Yeah, she's running late. But if you think about it, with the fucking mass shootings, if it really was this epidemic that it was so bad we couldn't be trusted around weapons, it'd be like 12 people getting shot in a school would be a blip on the radar. It wouldn't be this horrendous news that we'd be like talking about changing national policy over. It would be, 12 more people died. Because if you think about it, how hard really is it? How many times does everybody out there drive down a street, downtown or wherever, where there's 100 people on the sidewalk? You can hop your fucking car up on the street, on the sidewalk, and run them over. It wouldn't be that hard.
No.
And you don't, because you're not. So, like, if people were really that bad and it really was this massive outbreak of mass killings, it would happen every fucking day.
Absolutely.
And it does happen. Like, there have been fucking 40 school shootings. That statistic's a huge lie, because like it's like somebody got shot a block from the school with a BB gun was one of the statistics they counted.
Oh, dude, what I don't like is the dishonesty in it all. Like, these gun violence thing, and it's like usually a guy taking his life with a firearm, but that's considered a
right.
crime.
Which, I mean, if you want to kill yourself, you're gonna kill yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Japan's suicide rate's way higher than ours. They have no guns.
Very strict gun laws.
They jump off bridges. It's not hard to do.
A forest called the suicide forest over
right. Yeah, you hang yourself, you can drink bleach. I'm not going to tell you guys how to kill yourselves for liability reasons, but just know that there are a lot of fucking ways to commit suicide.
And
it's
really,
not hard.
If you're feeling down and want to commit suicide,
call
you
the
should probably
suicide
call
hotline.
somebody.
Yeah, you should call someone.
Somebody cares about you. Somebody loves you out there.
Shoot me a DM on Facebook, because now I kind of feel bad about it.
Yeah,
shoot us on the Bread and Circuses page. You can send us a message, because now I detailed how you guys can kill yourselves. Not that you didn't already know, but yeah, I don't know.
You got Google.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah, we know you got Google. It's not. If you do Google that, it pops up like the suicide hotline thing.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I guess I've never Googled it. So
no, I Googled something about it. It was like a suicide rate or something, and it's like feeling down, and yeah. So
that's fucking wild, man.
All right, we got to close it. You have any closing statements?
I need to go home before my wife beats me.
Oh yeah, make sure you go to the Men in Abusive Relationships support group.
I don't think there's any, and there's no shelters here in town, so I just got to deal with the
for
abuse.
Abused men.
Yeah,
they do. They're called bars.
Yeah, but you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
That's right. Yeah, 2 a.m. the abusive men, or Men in Abusive Relationships shelter shuts down. That's true. Yeah, sorry guys, this one was audio only. We're getting a new studio set up. It's fucking dope. It's almost done. It's real this is like a dude's wet dream, this studio, to just like have football and movie shit.
It's got a sweet fucking knife.
Yeah, that's the fucking dude. That's from the Rambo movie.
No shit.
That's the Rambo knife. That thing, that tombstone picture right over there. So that you see the movie Tombstone?
Yeah, it's signed.
That's signed by all 4 of them. There's only 10 of those in existence. That gun was Johnny Ringo's gun in the fucking movie.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. Dude.
I know. Yeah, that so yeah, this is a dude's wet dream in here. I'm just telling you guys.
John McAfee.
McAfee? Yeah. Oh, we wanted. Fuck.
Dude,
I need to get that guy on the show.
Awesome.
We were talking to him to get him on the show, and it was kind of wishy-washy, and then this shit went down. I'm like, oh, we're not going to get him now.
No, dude.
But he's on his run for his fucking life. He's not going to talk to us, but... So.
John McAfee, if you're listening, I got nothing but love for you.
Oh, no. Mad respect, bro. Mad respect. Keep fighting the power. Last but not least, make sure you check out our Redbubble. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We have a Twitter account, too. Subscribe on YouTube. Donate us some fucking money on here, because we need your money. We want to get paid for this. We do get paid a little bit, but not that much. So you can donate. You can subscribe. It's like $1 a month. What the fuck else are you doing with $1 a month, man? That's what I wipe my ass for $1 a month, all right? Anyway, peace out, punk bitches.